Hey guys, since Josh is a little bit late, I decided that I'm gonna get an introduction, and this is Age of Ultron, and we have a special guest. We have Michael joining us to do a review.
Hello.
Hey guys. Since Josh is a little bit late, we thought we'll do an introduction before he comes because, you know, he's useless. As you can see, my friend is Thor, and I am Iron Man. Hey guys! Well, we just came out of the theater. Well, as you can see, Joshua has joined us. He finally found us at the cinema.
Yeah, well,
Found
in the cinema.
in the wrong row.
I was only 2 rows down, and plus it was dark as hell.
Just to remind you, I'm Melina Pugh. This is Joshua Collard, and this is our guest, Michael Brandon.
Hi.
And we are Opposite Attack, and we're reviewing Age of Ultron.
Yep, the second Avengers movie, which is going to be
The
a trilogy.
second-
Yeah, Avengers trilogy. I think it'll
Well,
be.
basically, it's the second phase.
Yeah,
End of the- end of the second
end of the
phase.
second phase, coming into first phase, which will be.
I covered that in the intro.
Well, hang on. Is Captain America going to be the first movie of phase
So-
2?
Well, chronologically, Captain America is the first movie.
Yeah, no, I mean, is in like the next film, because after Age of Ultron.
It's gonna be Civil War. Civil War's next.
Yeah.
Well, Civil War's going to be the next Avengers,
Isn't that the one?
assemble.
No.
Yes, if you will.
Civil War is a third Captain America sequel, which is going to involve Iron Man and Captain America. Then the last Avengers movie is going to be the Infinity War Part
We
1,
do
Part 2.
research.
Yes, that's why yeah.
I'm a comic book person.
Yeah, I know.
We know our stuffs and
As
all
you
that.
can see, Joshua here is dressed as.
Yeah, hang on. Let me get the coat first.
Joshua here is dressed
Captain
as.
America. This
I'm
time.
Iron Man, and
I'm the Fantastic Four with my Mjolnir
which is
hammer.
really ironic.
Cute. Look at it. It's tiny.
Yeah, if you can pick it up.
This is really ironic because we are dressed as the characters who got the least character development, which is fun.
We'll
But
dive
they've had
into
enough
that.
movies. They've had enough movies. for
Okay,
that,
so let's start
good.
with the characters. I think characters is the best way. So we have the introduction to the Scarlet Witch and the Fantastic Quicksilver.
Yes. Who?
Do we want to start with them first, or should we start with some of the more
Let's-
recognised? So Iron Man, I think, would be a great place to start.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Oh, guys, we're gonna try keep it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say.
Spoiler-free?
Those keep it. Yes. Keep it
yeah, that's
spoiler-free.
going to be
Yeah.
a little tougher.
Well, just try.
We'll
just
try,
try.
we'll try.
Like pick out like individual scenes that don't do much in terms of plot.
Okay, so I mean, Iron Man's a good start because he's the one that sets the basic synopsis into motion.
Yeah.
And Iron Man, after all the Earth getting kind of threatened and stuff, and they're doing all their avenging, Iron Man. He kind of grasps at the opportunity to make protection for the world by building an artificial intelligence-y robot thing.
Yes, but
And-
that is really affected by his anxiety. As in Iron Man 3, remember he
Yeah,
has
yeah,
anxiety.
right. It's the first film that was straight after the first Avengers movie because he was.
Which
fears
brings
and
me
prejudice.
to a really good quote. He doesn't know if protecting the world is the same as destroying it, which is a really good.
Which is kind of the theme in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he goes ahead, he builds his, he starts building Ultron. He's not really there when it kind of escalates, but yes, he ends up creating something that's, just as destructive as he can be. And that's the parallel Iron Man is facing throughout this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
he
think
and the villain, Ultron, are, the sort of the two sides of the same coin. Is I think what they were.
Yeah, I think that's a
going
really
for.
good point.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way the character really develops. That we don't really have. What I was really pissed off, we don't have Pepper. Like, why do we have?
No, but then again, it's Gwyneth Paltrow. She does have a busy schedule. I mean, you kind of have to remember after Iron Man, like the first Iron Man, like both.
We
her
didn't
and
see a
Dan's-
lot of our supporting ladies, and there was actually that scene, a fantastic scene in the club party thing, which is after this is before they try out doing Thor's hammer, and then Ultron shows himself.
Yes, the scene with
Thor, and one of the best scenes that Iron Man and Thor do get is when they're competing over which of their ladies is best, when they're just
That was
just
funny. I
doing-
did like that. I did giggle at that.
yeah, that was a whole lovely selection of
Although
scenes.
we
It's
also
great.
don't have, which funny, we don't have Loki. Like originally, Loki was meant to be a part.
I did check the Facebook. That was trending all over Facebook. Like Loki. Apparently there was.
He
Although
was cut out.
You kids
But,
with your
like,
technography.
I agree with the cut. I think the cut really worked because I don't think Loki.
I don't even know how he would like be into the plot.
Rocking the car.
So this is well, it's a very
So we're very excited.
90s cars.
Well, the thing is, I don't see how Loki would have come into the picture only as Odin, like patronizing Thor a little bit, and that's about it.
Or that dream sequence, maybe, like the trance sequence.
Speaking of,
maybe, yeah.
Speaking of,
Yeah?
seeing as I am dressed as the mighty Norse god of thunder, what did we think of Thor in this? Did he really get anything to do? He went off his dream to have his dream thing. That was the only thing he had really going on that was solo or specifically for him. And he didn't get very much development. I think he spent like 1 minute swimming. In like skinny dipping in a little pool.
I think that may have been. I think those scenes may have been cut because he said he was going to go deep into the water because he had.
No, he kind of just goes up to his pectorals.
That's it. Yeah, I thought. Has he done anything?
And then I don't even remember what he actually what he worked out.
It was supposed to be like men's dreams. Like we had his. He had what's his name? The doctor.
Skarsgård or whatever his
Stellan
name
Skarsgård.
is.
Yeah, because and. Oddly enough, they were at the Royal Holloway, which is actually where 3 of my best cosplay mates are actually attending.
And
guys,
Yes.
shh. Now that I think of it, when I read the news, I've read that Heimdall and the actor who played Heimdall and Loki were shooting a scene together. So I think Loki was meant to be in the dream. I think
I think that was what the hooded
just to
person
clarify
was.
for everyone,
That's what I thought.
That could have been him.
Several of the characters, they get in contact with the Scarlet Witch, who's she's psychic and weird, and
Isn't she a mutant?
well, she's not in this continuity. I'll try. I have a very loud voice. Anyway, so
basically the change.
Hang on, let me finish this sentence.
So Scarlet Witch, she does some psychic manipulation tricks on several of the characters, and some of them have dreams. So Captain America has a dream where he, can't tell the difference between war and peace, and
a nice cameo from Hayley Atwell,
and some cameo action.
I'm looking forward to Agent Carter.
Thor, in particular, he has a dream where he's. I didn't entirely work it out. You could probably explain the dream better.
Whose dream? Sorry.
Thor's.
I think Thor's dreams was Thor's dreams. We see an appearance of. Oh my God, I forgot the name. The Gauntlet, Thanos, yes. I think Thor's dream was essentially a build-up for Thanos because we see an image of him, we see an image of the Infinity Gauntlet, and we see Heimdall telling him that, you brought this on, because if Thor didn't go onto Earth, those Infinity Stones may have not actually been found. So I think...
It perfectly sets up for Infinity War, It perfectly sets it up. I mean, although we've got like, how many, 4 or 5 movies to set it up?
Well, there's
Civil War,
Black Panther, Captain Marvel, yes.
Ant-Man, Doctor
Strange.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Although
Doctor Strange. All of that is basically.
Right, this is
that's
getting
about,
a bit
I think,
away
about 7
from,
movies. No, but we are trying to like.
Naturally, we'll keep to the film.
We are keeping to the film, but we've got to also inform the people that.
Okay, but again, let's
move to a different character because
Thor didn't get a great deal in this film.
Let's move on to.
I thought Black Widow was.
Black Widow.
We'll do Black Widow.
She had the most feminist question.
She had the most fucked up thing.
Past.
Yeah, like fucking sterilizing. Holy shit.
Let's go both Hawkeye and Black Widow because I heard like thousands of Black Widow and Clint shippers cry in agony. I'm not gonna enhance on that, but
yeah, she and Bruce Banner as the Hulk got
I saw a lot of that in the trailers.
And it was honestly rather sweet.
Yeah, it was.
And and she got plenty of action. She got her own dream sequence, and again, she didn't do a great deal in terms of the plot, but she didn't need to. She got plenty of focus.
We did have some details. We did have some consistency with the plot, with detail. With Clint, it was the fact that many people argue that Hawkeye is not part of the Avengers team.
Yeah,
he's not much use, but it does really explore how he is useful through things like pep talks and things like inspirations and his past.
Yeah, Hawkeye got a lot more in this film than he got in Avengers Assemble. Half in that one he was in trance. And what I was thinking during the viewing was, and just before we got to this particular scene, I was thinking, Hawkeye really needed his own film because he is not getting enough
Yeah.
fighting for, screen time with these other heroes. But then the superheroes are in a bit of they're a bit of a rut. They need a place to hide because they've been shunned by everyone because of a particular incident. Hawkeye gets a lot more to do. And it's very strange, and just a lot of backtracking. I felt, but really welcome.
The thing that we get in the first movie is just like Budapest, and that's it.
Yeah, even when I saw that, I was like, "Are you ever going to show us Budapest?" Or like, because all they kept saying like, "Oh, just like Budapest." You don't remember Budapest. I'm like, okay, please show us. It's better to show than tell. Yeah. Sometimes.
Actually,
Depends on how good the script is.
I quite like that Black Widow wasn't the sex symbol. Like, there was no sex symbol of the movie, which I think was actually quite nice because everybody was on equal ground.
I felt, but then again, I don't think I saw that in the first movie, to be honest.
I think I kind of did.
He's wearing neon Go Faster stripes.
Oh, by the way, Black Widow's costume, it kind of reminded me of
Tron.
Yeah.
Yes, Cora's outfit. Yeah, I was thinking
neon.
Okay, we can make a crossover now. I know it's a Disney movie, but still ridiculous.
To quote CinemaSins, why does everything have to glow blue in this damn movie?
What did we think about Captain America while we're on there?
Well, I think that
the Cap, I think.
Cap, take us away.
Yeah, the Cap. To me, I don't think much. Well, hang on, let me think. Because we had the first movie, we had him, and then leading to Avengers. Then we had Winter Soldier. Now we have this movie. I think, to be honest with you, his characters come around just that. As fans, we're looking forward to Civil War. That's all it's going to hook up to. Because I could see some bits of the movie where, like in the first Avengers movie, Stark and Steve argue constantly, and that's basically setting up for Civil War, which for those of you comic fans know is one of the biggest Marvel movies, one of the biggest Marvel comics made, and it has a lot of Marvel characters. In fact, if all of these is Civil War going to be the first movie after Avengers?
Yes.
I really wish they could. I really wish they could have made put it maybe sometime later because you could get more. Because Civil War has got loads, especially you know who.
Bucky.
No.
Spidey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't believe those rumors, guys. There was a lot of rumors saying that Spider-Man will be in the.
I did have a feeling he may have been at the end. I thought he was going to be at the end credits. That's why I stayed just in case.
Josh Whedon said there will be no end credits.
I know. But you may have read it. I didn't read it.
It's going to wrong boat, people. Oh goodness, I'm falling over. Sorry.
Well, I think Captain America had this realization. He had this epiphany. The fact that he can't live without war. I think that was his character development. It was just, and the fact that his relationship between Iron Man, that was also a really new standpoint. In the first movie, they hated each other. They still argue in this one. Yeah, but there is that gazing into each other's eyes.
Captain America's already had pretty personal experience of an overarching protective force going wrong. It makes sense after the continuity of Winter Soldier for him to hate another overprotective force going wrong. I didn't like Captain America I'm not particularly thrilled by Captain America. Now, for Captain America's quota of being awesome, he's absolutely that. But he doesn't get a lot of change from his environment in the 1940s to the environment in the 2010s or wherever.
Yeah, it would be.
I mean, again, you could say this is thematic, that it's all about, justice, universal, and throughout space and time, but it's not a great deal of interest to me. And often, if there is change, we don't see it, we're only told about it. And again, with the Civil War message and Captain America finding that he is war and peace are kind of a bit more intertwined than he thought, that message I feel was a lot better with
clearer.
Iron Man and Ultron. Well, clearer and less subtle.
Because they were which brings us to Ultron, the
villain.
Yeah, well, he is good. I really like James Spader. His voice, it just matches with the design of Ultron.
What I can criticize is the fact that I know a lot of people might find the fact that there were too many jokes and the movie wasn't taking itself seriously, but I think the jokes weren't as much meant to be funny, but as real. I
think because if you let's face it, you can't make something so serious. You have to have some humor in it. I mean, there's plenty of humor. I mean, this Ultron, quotes and sings Pinocchio.
No! Shut up! No, that was so creepy.
No. Yeah,
He
like
was
the moment, like when
creepy.
he activates and has that building, and then instead you hear, "I got no strings," and then it cuts. Like
Yeah.
you hear a snippet of the chorus from the song from
Yeah,
Pinocchio,
he was, the best.
and then he sings it when he's fighting as well.
The best part of the scene was just when he turns up. He just suddenly shows up and he's this creepy, half-formed, broken, melting kind of robot, just sort of
Yeah.
twisting
Like in the trailer.
around.
Like you have seen that in
And
the trailer.
it is
Serial
an
killer.
absolutely terrifying scene. And again, for me, just the voice acting makes
Yeah.
it kind of like how Tom Hardy made Bane. And like, there's plenty of villain there to get stuck into. He can be, I wouldn't call him sympathetic, but you
No,
can see
no,
his
I
Anti-hero.
angle.
Yeah.
Anti-hero.
And
He's
again, that's made a
anti-hero.
lot more sympathetic by the comparison to Iron Man,
Because
which we do
we know
sympathise
the
with.
Marvel line of the villains is Malekith. Forgettable. But Ultron was really different. Ultron was just something new.
Yeah, it was really
Because I really
enjoyable.
do. Which brings us to the twins.
Yes.
You see, there was a
Yes.
slight change in the twins. Yes, in the comics they're supposed to be mutants.
Yeah. The son, the
Daughter and son.
children of Magneto.
Yeah,
Possibly married.
Yeah, who were a bit incestual, yeah. But the idea is the fact that they were changed because Fox has this problem of connecting their universes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
They had
I
to be
was-
changed to be in. Basically, you know, after the Avengers movie, after the Infinity Gauntlet movies, there's going to be the Inhumans movie. That's what Scarlet Witch and they're basically these genetically engineered human beings, not mutants,
Yeah.
but genetically engineered.
I did get that. I did get that in the
And
film.
how were they for you? Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch.
Well, it's kind of weird because I've seen these two act before opposite one another in
Okay.
in Godzilla, where
All right.
well, yeah,
Oh, the actors.
yeah. Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen, they were in Godzilla
Yes,
together.
they
So
were.
and Elizabeth Olsen's character in that movie should have got more screen time.
I think this movie made it up for screen time.
It made up for screen time, and I think she has. Well, they're both pretty much innocent byproducts of genetics and science. I mean, it's kind of
That's
like
what they are, yeah.
yeah,
I mean, again,
kind of like Ultron, basically.
what happened again was that I was watching the film, and before the scene happened, I was like, Quicksilver, you said that the film was quite fast-paced at the start, and you didn't know
Yeah.
whether that was a good thing or bad thing. And I thought about this, and well, I think one problem with the scene going so fast, with an action scene at the start, and the villain being quickly introduced with a variety of concepts, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch only really get a cameo up to them, and they're really important, pretty important characters. You know, they're easily two of the most powerful heroes
most
fighting in this,
yeah.
and they didn't get much of an introduction. And then, as I was watching and thinking those words in my head,
The backstory.
they explain the backstory in a pretty cursory, roughly about 1-2 minute scene with Mr. Ultron himself.
Well, but
Oh, yeah.
I do have criticism of that. What I would like more show, less tell. I would have liked to see small flashbacks, like gleaming flashbacks of
That could-
falling.
that-
I gave the actors
I
a
think it
chance
would
to
be-
act. I liked that,
Yeah.
although I wasn't too keen on the actress actually.
Which one?
Elizabeth.
She had one expression which was just constant sort of amazed concern, but again she pulled it around in that one of her last
You see,
scenes when
this
she
is where us
does
comic books
take
come
her
in,
revenge.
because she's supposed to be quite disturbed. Scarlet Witch can literally, one universe is the House of M, where she literally changed the universe for the mutants to rule it. That's what her powers. What I think her powers were really done well. I think that her powers were a really good foundation for what Marvel can offer us.
Yes.
They were beautiful. Oh, that demonic little, the first time she uses them, that demonic little stance she
Oh
had,
yeah.
that got my heart just pounding at
And
my
again,
heart.
like with the Guardians of the Galaxy film, even though Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch don't get as much screen time as you'd probably like if you're introducing them,
raining.
you do want to know more about them afterwards, which later on in the film, when something particular happens to one of them, it's incredibly disappointing. I'm not going to spoil
I
it.
will admit,
That was wasteful.
But I don't
Yeah,
think that
good.
particularly useful. But again, go see the movie and stuff.
What I wonder,
Although I do like the ending and like how they set it up, like for, of course.
which brings us to the Vision. Kind of Jarvis, kind of not Jarvis. I don't know what it is.
No, that's because that's
I
the
know.
voice. Yeah, Paul. That's I had a hard time looking at Jarvis.
You see, as like in the comic books, as far as I've read, that is actually full on Jarvis. But in the movie, it wasn't full on Jarvis.
It looked more like a redder version of Thanos.
The design was beautiful. My
I liked
God,
it. Yeah,
the
I mean, the red
accurate.
face, the gold, and the cape. Yeah,
And I
it
liked
works.
the
It
fact
works.
the gem was in his forehead.
That
which
I
is-
also liked. I like that added detail.
Yeah. I will do a little kind of not spoiler, but a prediction of the fact that Doctor Strange will have another Infinity Stone because he's in possession of one. That's how he can do his magic.
Who is playing?
Cumberbatch.
Oh.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, and his
Yeah.
cumber bitches.
And his Cumberbitches.
Yeah.
Now,
and the
That actually might be a
Hiddlestoners.
good casting choice, but I don't know if he's going to go with the beard.
Oh
and-
no, he looks wonderful in his role. We've seen like a glimpse of his face in the role.
I've seen him as Cowboy Bebop. It's awesome.
Now, we're talking about Infinity Stones. We're talking about Jarvis. We're talking about this
Vision.
scepters. For a casual film goer like myself, who may have only seen the films once, I normally take about 2 watches to absorb everything. There is a lot of continuity to follow. You're going to be seeing a lot of peripheral characters from previous movies.
Yeah, I was
and
going to say.
it worried me a little because I'm thinking ahead to a future where they're introducing more characters,
Yeah, like
more
more- yeah.
concepts that they're going to be referring to.
Like think
or-
about well-established other Marvel
And-
films, like Spider-Man.
Yeah, and funnily
Mr.
enough,
Marvel.
that sounds a lot like mainstream comics that have a problem bringing in new viewers because of the continuity. This is why the Ultimates universe was created, a new non-continuity spiffing series where they can do new concepts without pissing off a load of people because it's in a different universe.
I'm so glad we have this as a comic aficionado and 2 film critics.
No, I'm the comic. He just
I'm just a guy in a
speak-
cape.
You just speak about comics more than she does in this review
Yeah,
so
but it
far.
doesn't mean I know what I'm saying.
I'm believing everything you're saying so
Yeah,
far.
no, I'm just, that's how politicians work. Oh, we're getting topical here.
Oh, 1
Raise
week
the
to
roof.
go.
I do.
Vote
Please
Labour, or if
actually
you're
raise
angry.
the
no, don't.
actually
Vote-
raise the roof.
No,
I
no,
do
no,
not
no,
listen
we
to
don't.
you.
We can't. Like,
Anyway,
we cut it out.
focus, guys. What do we think of dialogue, cinematography, technical?
Some of the shots, the driving shots. You know how
Well-
How to Train Your Dragon had these fantastic shots of flying.
Yes.
That's what Avengers had when it came to driving.
Yeah.
I think those were fantastic, especially when she was Black Widow was on her bike. That was beautifully shot because the
Oh, yeah.
camera was just moving. with
it
you.
twists, it turns. It's got a lot more corners than say any given bike scene in the Dark Knight films, which is often normally just
It
straight
was very
ahead.
whimsical as well. There was a lot of like stop scenes and freezes and just those kind of moments.
Yeah, and again, I think one of the highlights of the film was those dream sequences where it actually had an opportunity to be a bit weird, a bit more outlandish,
Artsy,
pretentious, artsy,
My
best
nipples
kind of-
harden with glee.
smelling one's bottom.
Don't remind me of
That's cinema snob.
50 Shades of Grey.
Does refuse
No,
to
that would be bullet nipples.
Ugh.
And that was 3 months ago.
Yeah, guys, if you want to see us review 50 Shades of Grey, you might
Go
wanna...
next, yeah. Also,
Yes.
announcement made, 50 Shades Darker.
Fortunately, I'm not there,
Vulture.
and I'm not in your review
well,
of
you will
50
be.
Shades of Grey. Oh,
You
God.
will be in Darker, maybe, if you like to come. We're gonna bring like a whole shit ton of people for that. Be like, we're gonna suffer this way and piss
Let's
ourselves
come back
laughing.
to Avengers.
Yes, of
Let's
course. Now
see.
back to
We
the
keep having to do
back to the
that.
focus of Avengers.
I think like the movie was a piece of the puzzle. That like the Avengers, the original Avengers movie was just a movie. The movie. This Age of Ultron, you cannot watch it without watching the movies. It's a piece
Except
of the
Guardians of the
puzzle.
Galaxy. That's yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah, it's also new because it starts a completely kind of new universe that connects to the story.
It fucking works.
Yeah. As a casual moviegoer, I can say that as long as you're on board with all the concepts and all the characters that are already there, you'll probably prefer Avengers. This film more than Avengers Assemble. I've got a few problems
Yeah.
with Avengers Assemble myself,
I
but
think,
it's
yeah.
not as a standalone. But it's a pretty solid film. However, in terms of the second phase of the Marvel universe, I think Guardian of the Galaxy achieved more for it.
Yeah,
I think
people-
it expanded the universe and the opportunities for smaller superheroes. Like, like, you know, I mean, Star-Lord, Rocket, and all that kind of thing got a lot more out of this and a lot more of a future than, say, Quicksilver
Drax,
or Scarlet Witch. It's a better platform for more superheroes. And it's also a great self-contained film as well, which I don't think this film is as much.
I'm hoping that when we get to Infinity War, I'm just praying that somehow they can get... I know it may not happen, but I really do want to see like the Guardians of the Galaxy go up again.
It should be.
Well, yeah, it should, because in the film they don't fight Thanos. They fight his, was it second hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, his second hand.
The gauntlet.
The gauntlet. Yeah, but they're fighting the man. They're fighting against him. Therefore, Thanos knows they're a threat. He's going to Earth. If the Guardians find out they're going to Earth, they'll go there, they'll fight with the Avengers,
and
holy shit!
Oh, side note, guys, there are actually 2 Infinity Gauntlets in the cinematic universe.
What's an Infinity Gauntlet?
Basically, the Infinity Gauntlet...
Big-ass gold glove.
Power glove. Yeah, got it.
A power glove, like, listen...
It's so bad.
It's a power glove that collects all the Infinity Stones for Thanos to use.
Oh.
But
Like
we see one Infinity Gauntlet in the first Thor movie when the Guardian moves around to I remember close to the end of the movie we see like a small image of the gauntlet in the Treasury of Odin.
Yeah, there's this big blue guy, purple guy, the Guardian fellow, whoever he is.
Thanos.
That's the one. Yeah, a lot of these scenes you kind of have to do your homework on.
Yeah.
Hush, peasants.
Well, we did see him at the end of the first.
I know. I didn't even do my homework on that one
I had to do
either.
homework as well on that one.
I skived.
They're peasants.
Hey.
I think the movie itself was quite enjoyable. It was actiony. It was packed. It was full. It never ended.
Had good sense of comedy.
It had good sense of comedy.
Humor was good.
It had standout scenes in pretty much every era. I think the standout action sequence was that first one in the wintry forest, so the setting was really nice. The combat is fast and frenetic. You're getting to see all your superheroes that you've gotten to know smash face out of some pretty cyber-technic Imperial Guard. And then for the comedy scene you have the party, which was just, you know, a great load of fun.
You get a way up. You get a
connection.
You do get a connection. I didn't quite like the opening of the movie, I do admit.
You thought it was quite quick, wasn't it?
I missed it, so, you know.
Yeah.
Well, then again,
you said in the theatre that it was as if we'd stumbled into the middle of a movie rather than the thing, and I think
that's a problem of cutting. I think because Josh Whedon said the movie was incredibly long and he had to cut a lot of scenes. That's why I'm waiting for the directors.
Because I came in when they were just doing when the Iron Men like come back to the town. I got into that bit, so basically I don't think I missed much. I think I was like I could have seen that.
It's the Wasp.
Bucky will be. I hope Bucky will be back for Civil War.
Bucky has to. Well, in Civil War, my prediction for you guys is the fact that Captain America is going to die and be replaced by either Falcon or Bucky. Oh, which brings me to the point. Where was Falcon like this entire freaking movie?
Well,
we see him once at the beginning, at the end.
Twice.
We see him twice at the beginning as a new event. At the beginning as at the party, and at the end as the new Avenger.
But then again, it was kind of like with Don Cheadle's character with what's his name? What's his Rhodes? Colonel Rhodes? Yeah, that's it.
Rhodes.
Yeah. You see him.
Who's Colonel Rhodes?
War Machine.
War Machine. Yeah, you see him 3 times in the movie. The party, the epic.
Oh, that guy.
And
right.
of course the new Avenger Initiative.
I always just called him the other Iron Man with a gun.
The Black Iron Man.
Yeah. So as you can see, I'm the more casual viewer out of the.
You know, I think Rhodey was fit well into a movie because he was working with S.H.I.E.L.D. and he was protecting the Fury and all of that, and Maria.
Which Nick Fury's in this, for all you Samuel L. Jackson fans out there. He gets an appearance, and he also gets a moment of triumph as well later in the action sequence. Because he's pretty crunk.
We're not gonna spoil you kind of like the ending or the plot of what Ultron was trying to do, but let's just say it was something very confusing because it didn't feel like it felt like he really did want to try to help the human race.
Yes.
But at the same time, he was mistaken. The fact that he was acting, he was trying to be God. He references God, he references churches. There's a lot of like church imagery in this movie.
Not to mention they're in like a you know, like a church when he does make his like huge appearance.
No, that was one of my favourite lines when he was talking about the geometry of faith. That was a very
That was beautiful.
It was a lovely turn of phrase.
Yeah, Ultron tries to be God, but Ultron is scared. Ultron is a villain that I kind of sympathized with him in a way that you're wrong, but I see where you're going.
Yeah, I could see that as well.
And again,
I
that's,
saw that.
that's the parallel they want to make.
Yeah,
with
it was kind of
Mr.
like
Stark Man.
a part of Stark. That's what I loved most, and that's why in Civil War we're gonna have Iron Man versus Captain America.
That is gonna be. That's like the most.
Who's the villain? Who knows?
It could be like Rush. It could be like the film Rush with also that had Thor in it. None of them's the villain. It's just basically up to the
Should we
up to
wrap
the. Hang on, let me just finish saying it. Up to the viewer's interpretation. And yeah, so let's, as you say, wrap it up. So, Age of Ultron is definitely, of course, another one of those movies you have to see. It's the end of Phase 2 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and therefore, it's setting up for all the 8 different movies until we finally get to the end of Phase 3, which will be Avengers Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2, coming out 1 year and
Then there's
76
Doctor
months.
Strange, Captain Marvel,
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, and Black Panther.
But what about Howard the Duck?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, he'll have another cameo, I guarantee.
Oh, apparently there was supposed to be like 2 Stanley cameos, but I only saw 1, so
I think that was just it.
I think it
Was
was
it 2 cameos, as in it was 2 shots of Stan Lee?
Yeah, that's it, yeah, 2 shots, yeah.
2 camera angles of Stan
But
Lee.
yeah, the movie, what I would say is that do not watch the movie without watching the other movies.
Especially like the
Whatever
Phase
you
2
do.
movies, yeah.
But you can still watch Thor: The Dark World without watching Thor, because
cool.
You
it's
gotta watch
just-
like things like Iron Man 3, Captain America, Winter Soldier,
Yeah, you don't have to watch all of that.
or Guardians of the Galaxy. Just watch it separately.
Yeah, if you want a lovely dumb action film, you could be a lot better. You could be served a lot worse. But I'd probably recommend Guardians of the Galaxy if you didn't want to wade through the ever increasing continuity and the
its own
wide
thing.
range of characters that's starting to, which outnumbers Guardians of the Galaxy by this point. Which
But
is
as
surprising.
a part of continuation
yeah.
and all of that, it's a wonderful movie to watch. It's just so thrilling. My heart has never pounded so hard during an action.
You were curling up in your chair.
I was kind of getting nervous with the end, like the
really
situation. I think they're gonna get past this, but the way they're doing it is like, fuck, there's no way out of this.
And I felt like there was no main character shield. I felt like characters really did have a chance of dying.
Yeah.
And that was wonderful. And I think it's worth watching if you're not a comic book fan, or if you're not a fan
Most
of the
people
other movies.
who watch these movies they just want to watch it because
Yeah.
it's a film.
Yeah, just if you want to watch it as a film, then you're gonna have a problem. If you want to watch it as a Marvel film, then it's great. It's amazing. It's really good. As I said, it's a piece of a puzzle. It's not the borderline. It's not anything new. It's not anything kind of like calm.
Yeah.
It is right in the middle of the action. It's the end of the calamity. It's the beginning of war, the Infinity War, which all of us fans will look forward to. It's going to be intense, it's going to be powerful, and this movie wrapped up everything it needed to.
Yeah. This phase.
Get
yeah.
your popcorn ready.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
It
going to be a
answered
popcorn
every time you had a
storm.
question, it
That's just the
answered
thing.
it. The next scene, it answered it. This movie leaves no questions unanswered. I don't think it does.
No.
It
No,
doesn't.
it does. It wraps everything up for the phase.
It wraps everything up and brings you a blank slate that can be filled by the next movie. So, thank you for watching.
Yep.
This is Opposite Attack. Thank you for Michael
of
joining us.
Special guest.
If
As a-
opposites attack, then that doesn't make sense if there's 3 of us.
Well, no. We introduce you as a special guest because you're kind of like.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
Which we will be doing more of, depending
See you
on the
guys.
Thank you. I'm Elena. This is Josh.
Yeah.
Subscribe, and we're Opposite Attack.
movie. Bye.
Bye.